Question number 12, Meka Whaitiri.
Tēnā koe, Mr. Speaker.
Tēnā koe.
Inga mima o te wharenei tēnā tātou katoa. Mr. Speaker, my question is to the Minister for Climate Change Issues. Does he stand by his statement on the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change's Climate Change 2014 report, where he says, quote, "We will use the findings from these reports to help develop policies and to take action to mitigate our greenhouse gas emissions and to adapt to the effects of climate change"?
Speaker.
Honourable Simon Bridges.
The Minister for Climate Change Issues, yes.
Supplementary, Mr. Speaker.
Supplementary question, Meka Whaitiri.
What action will he take to realise the findings of the IPCC that the world will need to nearly totally phase out fossil fuel use by 2100?
Well, Mr.
Honourable Simon Bridges.
Again, on behalf of the Minister, we're taking many actions. Of course, one of the only countries outside of the EU to have a comprehensive ETS. And then there's a broader range of complementary measures designed to reduce our emissions and also to adapt to climate change. I'd be happy to go through many of them, but it would take some time.
Supplementary, Mr. Speaker.
Supplementary question, Meka Whaitiri.
Based on that reply, what will he do to prevent New Zealand climate-friendly businesses continuing to close or relocate overseas, like Lazatec, or the numerous biofuels companies that left when his government repealed the biofuels obligation?
Speaker.
Honourable Simon Bridges.
The Minister, well, I'm glad the member asked because as announced earlier this week, I'm delighted about a renewables initiative in Southland, about other initiatives in other parts of the country, including heavy vehicle fuel initiatives that the government, through the Energy Efficiency Conservation Authority, have been sponsoring. Of course, there's a wide array of other things going on, like a solar firm that's been helped by our government to export solar into Pacific Island nations, part of a $100 million program exporting renewables around the Pacific that we have put in place.
Supplementary, Mr. Speaker.
Supplementary question, Meka Whaitiri.
How can New Zealanders have confidence his government will take action to implement policies which will seriously tackle climate change when they have weakened the emissions trading scheme twice since taking government, refused to restrict the flood of international units, and repealed the restriction on new fossil fuel-powered electricity generation?
Honourable Simon Bridges.
Well, Mr. Speaker, again on behalf of the Minister, disagree with the member. Take the electricity example for a start. We're now at 79% renewables for the year to date in our electricity system, highest in a very, very long time, making us well on target to reach our 90% goal by 2025. In relation to the ETS, of course, we've done a number of things recently to make it a very workable system, including transitioning the ETS effectively to a domestic-only scheme from May 2015, and in May this year, of course, closing an arbitrage loophole that threatened the integrity of the ETS.
We move to questions to members. Question number 1.